not saying jorking it. It doesn't sound like a Fapinator 5000. Wait, no. No, it's a pulsar. Oh. Do stars goon in space? I mean, it gets kind of lonely out there. Next up, we have 7 space sounds that should terrify you.
These are 7 of some of the most terrifying sounds ever captured
Is that a lightning bolt or like a Pokemon badge thing?
in space. And one of them still actually doesn't have a real explanation. And we're starting with the most mysterious and dangerous space object ever discovered. The hole.
What? No! Wait! Because does it go...
A black hole.
No, because why does it sound like some kind of entity from the back rooms? Didn't they just have like a back rooms movie? Are these space whales? It's like it's trying to tell me something. Yeah, it's the space narwhals.
Now, the question is, are there scarier sounds? And if so, which one is the scariest? But just before I answer that question, I need to explain.
Well, I feel like that's an opinionated, sort of statement. Like, we'll see. We will determine together which is the scariest of spoopy sounds.
Explain something. Sound can't travel in space. So what the hell did you just listen to? In a way, this black hole just farted. Now let me explain. This was recorded from a black hole in the Perseus cluster. This black hole had sent out pressure waves through the cluster's gas. Pressure waves we on Earth could see using NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory. The sonification you just listened to was the result of taking those X-rays and converting them into sound. Pretty cool. So it's just...
Okay, so the sonification. We got sonic and we measured it in sonics. Okay, I get it now.
It's about the closest thing we can get to sound in space. And that would be all I have to say about it. But you're on the Almond the Artist YouTube channel. So, it's time for... The Tower of Terror. The Tower of Terror? The Tower of Terror. The Tower of Terror. The Tower of... What? Who told you? This is the Tower of Terror. There are 7 slots and 7 sounds. As we go through the video, I will be placing
7 slots? Oh, slots.
each sound in the Tower of Terror. And by the end, we will have a clear winner for the most terrifying sound ever captured in space. Or, as I like to call it, the Lord of Astrophobia. Astrophobia is the fear of space, by the way. As of right now, I'll put the black hole in the middle as a kind of baseline. But every sound after this could go above or below. So without further ado...
Oh, we're like tier listing the sounds. That's cool. Okay.
Next sound. This is what the edge of our solar system sounds like. This is the Voyager leaving our solar system.
It's Among Us! This just sounds comforting to me because I like Among Us. This is a comforting, nostalgic sound. He just vented! He just vented!
What the hell was that? What you're hearing is the Voyager's path through what's called the termination shock. It's the region where solar wind suddenly becomes, it slows down and becomes denser. And this is the sonification of that. The higher the frequency you hear, the higher the density of the plasma. But that's the science-y wording of it. To be a little more dramatic, you're literally hearing the moment humanity left home. Now it's time for the Tower of Terror.
The Tower.
Does it beat out the black hole? Does it even have a chance at the lore?
No. I think it's at the bottom. I think it's very comforting. Yeah, cat purring, Amogus. Yes, at the bottom.
Of astrophobia. My opinion, it's eerie, but it's not beating the black hole. Let's be real. Pardon me, I almost threw up. This next one, this one might actually take the crown for the scariest sound ever discovered. Not even just in space. This thing is freaking terrifying. Follow me. I mean, I did the research and it's just absolutely insane.
Okay. That's nuts! Those are wet nuts! Embarrassing.
Dude. Is that Opera? Yeah! Opera is the sponsor of today's video. Your brain is like a bag of nuts, all shaking around, not focused, and not productive. And it's all because of that lame browser you're using. I bet you're even watching this on a basic default browser. You shouldn't be.
No.
My nuts deserve a cool browser. Look at this, look at this. Look at all these tabs open while I'm doing research. I don't want to delete them, but I get lost. This is important.
Nuts.
Not
Nuts.
research important, but
Nuts.
emotionally. Opera lets me see exactly which tabs I was looking at last with tab traces. See that little underscore? The darker it is, the more recently I opened
Sometimes all you need is a good nut.
that tab. And the tab organization only gets even better with tab islands, which lets you group them by theme, project, or context. Don't look at that. So now I can keep my nuts collected. Look at those nuts.
Collect more nuts. Collect more nuts.
Organized. Thriving. And I can focus on my research. The coolest feature, in my opinion, is the theming. I mean, you can go absolutely nuts with it. I am so funny. You can also be normal and use a whole bunch of different backgrounds and colors.
All of this is native to Chrome browsers.
This one is an interstellar one. That reminds me, do you like watching videos? No. Well, Opera lets you detach and move your videos anywhere, so you can watch videos whilst you do important stuff. Maybe you want to take notes while you listen to an Almond the Artist video. Maybe. So if you want a browser that can keep up with your brain, click the link in the description and give Opera a shot. I actually really enjoy it.
That's a wad of chewing gum. He can't fool me.
Finally, I can focus on what matters. Jupiter.
Why is it clicking though? Oh my gosh. Jupiter has its own ASMR channel. Look at all those, like, listen to all those pops and like little plinky noises. Broham does like ASMR in space. I'm close.
What you just heard was actual radio waves coming from Jupiter's auroras. It was captured via an instrument called waves. But what you're actually hearing is charged particles moving through Jupiter's magnetic field near the planet's pole.
It's all the... Yeah.
This movement creates
ASMR.
actual radio emissions. It's like the planet is screaming electromagnetic waves. The
Yeah, I could see myself falling asleep to it. Yeah, me too, man. Yeah.
Tower of Terror. This one probably has the highest chance of being the Lord of Astrophobia, at least that we've discussed so far. This is so unnerving, dude. It sounds literally alive. It sounds like it's screaming. I'm putting it above the black hole. There are worse sounds coming up, but before we get to that, this next sound I would say is actually the single most boring sound on the list. A pulsar. A literal spinning neutron star is the most boring sound on the list. Here, just listen.
This is more ASMR. It sounds like a keyboard. It sounds like a certain kind of keyboard ASMR. Like, brrr, yeah, like it just sounds like keyboard tapping, kind of. Yeah. Don't say jorking it. It doesn't sound like a Fapinator 5000. Wait, no. No, it's a pulsar. Oh. Do stars goon in space? I mean, it gets kind of lonely out there.
Do you get dehydrated a lot, need a drink that won't break the bank? Then you should get Gamersupps. They believe in traditional American values, like anime girl guys. It's caffeine-free and caffeinated in 2 kinds of tubs. Gamersupps improved my social life, and now I can stop seeing people in the mirror. Popular flavors include Guacamole Gamer Fart 9000, Sweet 6-Pack, Blowhole Blast, and Sploosh. Use discount ChaCha at checkout for 10% off. Stay hydrated, stay hydrated, stay hydrated.
Basically, every little pulse you hear is a full rotation of a rapidly spinning neutron star. And that's not even the most bizarre part. There are even faster ones than this. So fast they don't even sound like pulses anymore. Now, my favorite part, your favorite part, the Tau. Yeah, this is going straight to the bottom, man. The explanation is cool, but it would just be insulting to the tower if I place it any higher. All right, back to something way more disturbing and another possible candidate for Lord of Astrophoby. The singing comet.
What? You can do this with ASMR with like a glass pencil almost, and you do it on your teeth. Yeah, like a rod, like a long glass rod, or like small glass spoons, and you can like rub them along the tops of your teeth and recreate this sound in ASMR. Yeah, these are all ASMR noises in space. Get to the chopper! Space helicopter. Yeah, a space-ocopter. Yeah, it sounds like mouth popping sounds, clicking noises. Yeah. They're all just making ASMR noises or gooning to the ASMR noises.
This is the sound with zero explanation. But before I get into why we don't understand it, let me explain how we got this sound. This is probably an example of the most absolutely insane way we've ever gathered information in space. Basically, we sent out an unmanned ship called Rosetta, which flew along...
Like Rosetta Stone? That one program that lets you learn other languages? Is this a language learning app? Yo, Rosetta Stone is in space.
Beside the comet 67...
Yes, 67.
P. Otherwise...
P.
known as the Singing Comet. Rosetta then dropped a small lander on it called Phil. Well, its official name was like Filet or something stupid, but it's supposed to... It's Phil. We're calling it Phil. That's not even the most interesting part. Like I said before, no one actually knows why the comet made this sound. We know that we recorded fluctuations and waves in the magnetic field, but why or how those waves were even created is still debated today. So yeah, we landed on a literal comet. Now, it's time for the Tower of Terror. This thing is terrifying. It only adds to it the fact that we don't know where it came from. But I don't think it's enough to beat the black hole. And definitely not enough to beat Jupiter. So I'm gonna place it just below black hole. Next up, this one sounds small until you realize what it actually is.
What the frick is that old TV static sound, bro? What was the video about? Yeah,
Those little crackles you hear, every single one are lightning strikes.
This entire video has just been space ASMR.
Lightning strikes from Saturn. The lightning created radio waves, which were then picked up by Cassini's...
I forgot. Please rewind. Sorry, we went on such major segues in the video that now my own chat is like, what were we watching? Guys, we're watching space ASMR.
Radio and plasma wave science instrument. It's a mouthful.
Yes.
In fact, we even have the date for this particular storm. NASA says it occurs on January 23rd and 24th, 2006. So if you were born on that day, that's kind of cool. But how on earth...
Space ASMR, no space.
Are we detecting lightning literally 1,559,633,919 kilometers away? Well, I'm super glad you asked that. You did. You asked that. Absolutely. And I'm glad you did. The lightning sends out electromagnetic waves, and some of that energy shows up as radio bursts Cassini can detect, which is why it sounds like crackling static or AM radio waves during a thunderstorm. It's pretty similar. Now, the Tower of Terror. It's creepy and cool, but it's not beating the comet. So I'm placing it below the comet. But we're getting some crazy competition. Keep in mind, we're still missing Lord of Astrophoby. Speaking of, the final sound. And this one might actually be the worst of them all. Or it could be beaten out by Jupiter. The only real question is, which sound is the most terrifying? Let's take a listen.
Give it to me.
Introducing radio waves captured from Saturn.
Give it to me. I'm trying to think what that reminds me of. It reminds me of like whistling wind when like it's storming out, or like some kind of missile launching. I don't know. I feel like out of all the sounds, like that was probably the creepiest actually. Because it's like, what the frick sound is that?
Yeah, I'll explain it. This sound, similarly to the Jupiter one, was recorded using radio waves.
No, that one specifically does not sound like ASMR. Everything else has been sounding like ASMR, so that's why I say this one's probably the creepiest.
Which were caused by charged particles near Saturn's poles. We're hearing the planet's magnetic activity. Now it's time for the final Tower of Terror. I'm calling it. This right here is the Lord of Astrophoby. But if you disagree with me, feel free to leave your own Tower of Terror in the...
Yeah, I would say so. I think he's right just based on the other ones just being cool ASMR noises.